have here on this matchup between Fnatic and Virtus.pro. So what are some of the things that you're looking forward to seeing in a matchup like this?
Well, definitely keeping on point with JW on a map like this where he can control middle and try and shut down or open things up, specifically as they're going to be starting out on the terrorist side. And that's so important because it gives them that highway opportunity into A and the vents to B. And I always say T-side make or break you. It's obviously the disadvantaged side, but you've got to set yourself up going into the second half. 5-6 rounds can be enough sometimes to carry over on the CT side. So
you've got Bialy to start things off here in the backside over by Truck. You've got one player, that's going to be Taz. And a quick little roster rundown as it looks like we're actually going to be heading over here towards the bomb site quick enough now. As Fnatic, they have been unscathed at this point. Now they're going to see Taz has to worry about the flank there. And now you've got Neo who's pushing in here. He's going to get taken down as well. Now it's Snax' turn. Flusha has dropped 3 so far. And Fnatic, they just clean sweep there into that bomb site. And so the first round is going to go to Fnatic.
Yeah, unbelievable play, and they look ready to go. They haven't played much at all today. Neither is Virtus.pro. Waiting in the upper bracket, they haven't had a lot of time to play. But that said, I'm already departing you. It looks like Warden's going to step in so I can go back over to the blue stream. I was just a stand-in for that moment. So,
hey, man, it was good. I enjoyed it while it lasted.
Yeah, it was the best 30 seconds of my life. All right, I'll hand you over to Warden.
All right, so as we kind of look at it, too, something to think about. Now, you've got JW's right there. He's going to get taken down by Pasha. But kind of an interesting part to talk about is, a lot of these teams, they've been facing off against each other from, they're in different areas in the venue. But these two teams are right across from one another. Of course, they both one team speaks Polish, the other one speaks Swedish. That's a different scenario, but the fact is that they're right across from each other, so you can feel that tension between the two teams. Now you've got Krims, who's picked up that one into Snax. It's going to be down to this 2-on-3. You've got Krims trying to work the angles. Taz is just on the other side of that fork with very low health. And so Taz, he's going to get dropped there. Now quick little exchange, and look at that. Virtus.pro comes back in the second round. And like Sadicus mentioned, we now have Warden here with me, and it's been a while, man. I was watching you during your matchup there against Denial Esports. It was a tough one to watch that entire game, but now I've got you here in the booth with me to give us that insight of what we're going to see here in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Yeah, Denial match was tough for us, but they went on to beat C9, so it was made us feel a little bit better about losing to them. But that was an excellent eco there by BP, and that's going to really help them get back into this match.
All right, so we'll take a look from the Fnatic standpoint. So you've got JW, who's working over here towards the blue door. He has his teammate, actually has 3 players that are there with him, Pronex and Olofmeister. And then you also have 2 players there as well. So we'll just take a look here and see how this one's going to span out. You've got Taz, who's picked up 2 so far. They're going to go ahead and move there inside of the side. Bialy had picked up 3 there. And so Virtus.pro taking the first 2 here, or picking up the next 2 here against Fnatic.
Yeah, that was just a pretty standard eco. It looked like Fnatic full saved and just a really strong hold by VP.
Let's try to see if we can hear you there. There we go. So now we can hear you quite well now.
All right.
A little different than what we're used to with our headsets when we're gaming. You want to eat these microphones basically. So now we can hear you. All right, so we'll see how this one. Of course, you've already got the op there in the hands of JW. He's going to be watching over there towards the entryway. So now we'll. Bialy's going to go ahead and back up now. You've got Taz, who's just under this pipe here. Let's take a look here and see if we can see any players that are going to be boosted up, and that's not going to happen there. We also have another player. That is going to be Krims, who's going to be working over here towards the blue door. So they've got kind of a spread throughout the map. You have Flush over there in the sunroom. As you kind of look across the entire map, you got 3 players that are going to be working around here inside of mid. Looks like they may start to move over and cater their action over there towards the B-bomb site, which is the exact position with Snax. Snax is low on health. He barely dodges that JW's AWP. And so now we got 50 seconds left here in the round. They're going to be heading over here towards that B-bomb site. Neo has picked up 1. As now you have Taz as well, but Olofmeister making some things happen there. Now let's go back here to Krims. Krims, he's going to be rotating all the way around now, but the bomb has dropped there inside the B-bomb site, and there's 30 seconds left, and he's going to try to save for these next 30 seconds here.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting to me to watch Fnatic play against, like a team of our skill level and a team of top tier. skill level, because just the difference is the respect. Like versus us, it was very, very hard for us to hold the push, and they just gave us zero respect, and we're pushing pretty much across the map. And obviously when it's working out as well as it did versus us, it's no problem. But, you know, you can tell there's a level of respect for VP in their playstyle. And right there, VP just warded off that push very, very easily. And I think personally that Fnatic's going to have a rough match versus these guys. They've been sitting around, they're ready to play, and they're showing that, you know, they can really hold them off right now.
So we have it at this point. Again, Crims was able to save that AK. If you look over there at their bank right now, they're all just going to kind of end up buying the pistols that they want to have. So we've got 2 P250s, make that 3, and then a Deagle right there in the hands of Olofmeister. And Crims was trying to lead the charge there, but that was Snacks who got that op shot. He's going to try to fall back. They will pick up and recover that AK, which will now be in the hands of Flusha. So now you can see Taz kind of spamming there inside of mid. And Pasha getting that first pick, or picking the next pick to follow. That was inside of mid. So let's kind of take a look at the plan of attack that's going to be heading over there. That's Neo that's going to hold down over here towards the B-bomb site. He does spot one. Will start to smoke off and fire grenade the other area. He takes down Pronax. They're going to continue to push in there. You've got to worry about Snacks, and that's going to be right there finishing off the round. So Fnatic, they did start off this game by picking up the pistol round, but then they lost the next 4.
Yeah, VP just looking really strong right now. They're just hitting shots. You know, they're playing aggressive to CT, peeking mid, you know, headshotting people right over the top of the box, and just holding the site fairly easily. Fnatic's going to get a full buy here. But as you can tell, VP's stacking that money right now. And it's definitely, you know, they're ready to go the distance right now. They can at least play another 3 rounds. And
Snacks getting that early pick there. That was inside of mid as Olofmeister was trying to get boosted up. And he's going to have to rotate back around. Now you've got Taz there. And see if they can make some other things happen. Bialy going to pick up. He gets the assist there on that one. So now it's going to be down to a 3-on, make that a 4-on-2. You've got Flusha and Crims.
Flusha's actually making an insane play right now. He's in their spawn. He's going to catch one off guard right here. Might get 2.
And so he knocks him down. There's 2 players right now that are both at 5 HP. And Crims, of course, he's got that weapon that can get those overkills. So this is that moment that you wish you really had that assault rifle, whether an AK or an M4 here. So now you've got 1 player. That's Bialy over by Quad. And Pasha right there inside of mid. He's the only player that has 100 HP at this point. 40 seconds left here in the round. A lot of time to work with. And Bialy will push around. That's Crims. He's utilizing that CZ. Still has the op in hand. Probably going to move back over there towards the AK if he can. So he's got the flash there. He's going to go and continue to double flash over there. It's going to allow him to kind of find his exit there. So he has a chance to hold some angles here. He has 2 different positions to worry about. And there he goes. There's that overkill. So he's narrowed it down. This was a 1-on-3. Now here comes Pasha on the other side. Flashbang, and he takes down Crims. And Pasha will get the defuse. 5-1 is going to be the score in favor of Virtus.pro here.
Yeah, that was a really good round by Pasha to throw the flashes from the right side of the site and then swing around the left side. By the time he became unflashed and became aware of where Pasha was coming from, it was just too late. So that was a big round. I thought it was decent positioning by Bialy there in that 3v1, but CZ's just too strong right now and just chopped him down.
So now we'll see another gun round coming in here for Fnatic. They've lost 5 rounds in a row, so they've maxed out their economy bonus here. And so you can see that they're going to be very aggressive over there towards the A side. Olofmeister right there. Now it's going to be smoked off and naded. They're going to slow them down there as they try to push in a little bit. Of course, they drop the bomb, seeing if they could get those entries. But nothing as of yet. Still have Taz playing the position that he had been playing in before. So you can see he's kind of set up over there in the corner. And you also have Pasha that's there as well. But Neo, he has been hit down to 61 HP, but he will counter there and take down Flusha there.
And that's just crazy, you know. Fnatic feels so confident in their aim that they're just challenging an opper with an AK, you know. It's just so foreign to, you know, U.S. teams for that to be happening, and VP's just going to chop them down here in mid.
So now you have Pronax He's going to be pushing up here inside of the A main. He's got a bunch of players to worry about right now, and one of which is going to be Snacks. And Snacks will take out Pronax, and so 6-1 now. So Virtus.pro just playing so well right now.
Yeah, and that's why they call them Virtus.plow. They just, when they get streaking, it's really hard to break them, and you can look at their money right now. They're stacking it up. They're going to get several buys in a row before they will be anywhere near broke.
So as we're heading in here to this one, we'll see. They're going to go ahead and firebomb, and that actually that was a waste of $600 there for Taz. Taz is actually, I believe he pushed through. He does have a player to worry about behind him. This was an aggressive tactic here by Virtus.pro, and it may have not been needed here, but you still have Pasha. Pasha, he's going to have to worry about Krims on the other side. Krims picked up that AWP, and now it's going to be left up to Bialy. Bialy even gave away his position there as well. So here comes a Flash, going to go ahead and firebomb up there on top. And so they'll go ahead and get the bomb down. So again, they played so aggressive in this round, and a little bit different than what they've done in the previous round. And so there we go. Now you can see Bialy's just probably going to try to attempt to keep them in this site. And that Molly's going to kind of fall in there. He kind of misses that flashbang. He will get taken down by Krims. And Fnatic, more so in the luck hand for Virtus.pro pushing in. Fnatic will end up picking that round.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Fnatic needed to get back in this match. Just, it's a complete money switch for them to be saving, come into the site, take the site, get several guns now to add to their economy and stack a little money. They're realistically looking, if they get 6 rounds, that's probably a good half considering where they were at. So that's exactly what the doctor ordered for these guys right now.
So you've got Virtus make that JW's pushed up there towards the blue door with the AWP, looking to see if he has a push here. And they're all ready to get this door open, and peeks out, and Pasha was up on top of the barrels, which kind of changed the angle there for JW. And so Pasha will end up winning that, but of course he gets quickly traded there by Krims, and that's what you need to happen in case that matter kind of unfolds there.
If we can just get a look at Neo's position right now, he's made an insane play. He has pushed past the Fnatic defense, and now he is beyond the B site, but Pronax is going to be onto that. Wow, that is super unlucky for Neo.
So Neo, like you mentioned, he pushed all the way up. He's in the right position. Now he's going to kind of draw in the fire. You're going to see them start to rotate, but then Krims gets the pick over there. And so he's going to take that bomb all the way around. Again, Neo, he saw the bomb carrier Pronax, and so now you're going to see them start to rotate all the way back around, and then now you're going to see that Snacks and Taz realize, hey, we're probably going to have to save here at the end of this round.
Yeah, that was a good attempt by Neo. You couldn't really, pin a terrorist to be all the way back in spawn there and have a beat on it. So he walked the entire way. Pronax just either was coming back to that site by sheer luck or just has incredible game sense. I'm really not sure which one it was, but either way, he picked off Neo and pretty much won the round for his team because Neo was in a devastating position. They were going to end up being able to stack that entire A-bomb site.
Snacks just watching over there towards the truck side, just trying to see if he can get any players because this is a long time to save these weapons.
Yeah.
And so he's just trying to get those picks as needed. There will be one player that is pushing up towards that area. That's going to be Pronax. And they will hang on to these weapons. So 6-3 now is going to be the score there in favor of Virtus.pro. And you're right, in terms of talking about Neo in the position that he had. I mean, it could have been that Pronax could have passed right by him, and he could have taken out the bomb carrier, and it would have been a long rotate for Fnatic, and there would have been a lot of time wasted just trying to recover that bomb if Pronax would have fallen to Neo.
Yeah, it was just unlucky the pathing Pronax took there for Neo. He actually went all the way around spawn, but looks like we're going to have a fast attack on A potentially here.
Yeah, what they really, one of the things that I'm noticing is that Fnatic, they want to get over there towards that A main quickly, see if they can get a pick so that way they can really gain some ground there. And it's just one of their play styles. Also even drawing a lot of nades there. And so now you've got Bialy, who's boosted over the top, and that's Olofmeister, who's right there. He's going to, as soon as that smoke completely clears, Olofmeister gets the upper hand there on to Bialy.
Yeah, playing against Fnatic this weekend, I learned a lot, and they're really they outclass the other teams big time for the most part. When they win rounds, they're not all about the executes. They just work the entire map. And it makes it really hard to decide where they're going, and you know, they can switch a bomb site just like that on T side.
Whenever you show them so many different types of looks and have to make things happen like that, now you can see that there's a great flashbangs by Neo. Neo's going to be right there inside of the site. He's going to caught there by JW. JW instantly is going to set up in a defensive position, watching up on top of the heavens. And that sniper nest, you've got Pasha, who's still just waiting to push up, and it looks like he is starting to fall back as Taz, he's going to get caught there in the CT side entrance there towards the B bomb site over there by the van. And so Pasha will save his M4. We'll look to see if there's any player that's going to be rotating as he's set up here just beyond this point. See how kind of the angle that he has here.
Yeah, you know, we're actually seeing a pretty different clash of styles, at least when it comes to the terrorist side right here. Fnatic's just going to control the map, going to look for picks in several different sites, and VP is more of that execute type team with, you know, really proper smokes and flashes. So it's going to be interesting to see if VP can collect enough rounds on the CT side and come back and actually have some of their executes work. And obviously Fnatic's going to be trying to disrupt on their CT side. They're going to be pushing and trying to never let these guys execute.
So Fnatic, as we've watched, again, they picked up the pistol round, they've won, and then after that, Virtus.pro won 6 consecutive rounds in a row, and then Fnatic, they put a stop to it. So right out of the gates, JW picking up that off kill.
Yeah, I actually missed that. That was from Sunroom, and it looked like it was just like on a guy trying to cross checker. So that was actually a really good kill.
You've got Neo, who has a scout in hand right now, too, so he's trying to watch this angle. Just thinking that he might be able to get a pick. There's 2 players that are over there.
Yeah,
both at different angles there now. So now he's going to decide. So he moved the M4 over a little bit. So now once he can make a quick shot first with his scout, and then after that he'll exchange for the M4.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see if he can make this work. This is going to be funny.
So he switches to the M4. There's some ammo there. There's going to be Pasha, though. That's really with the benefactor there. He didn't even realize that he had Pasha to work with. Pasha picks up 3. Neo does fall. And so now the bomb is actually down inside the vents. That's going to allow them to rotate as Taz picks up the last one. Great job by Pasha as Pasha picks up 4 kills in that round. And so Neo drew in the attention, and Pasha, he was able to reel him in.
Yeah, that was actually an interesting play. I don't know if he bought 2 guns or what. How did he end up there with a scout and a Colt?
Snacks was the one that ended up getting taken out from the JW op. So Snacks, his M4 was then tossed all the way over there towards that headshot or over by Generator. And then from there, he had his own scout. So that's where we saw that trade.
Okay.
So
that was a really nice bait. You know, Pasha was able to take advantage of the fact that they thought they were going to be running over a scout. And he just swapped over to the Colt, and the 2 guys were able to get multiple kills there for their VP side.
All right, so now you've got JW again getting these entries. Starting off getting those opening kills here. So now JW he still has his op. And we'll take a look. Flusha, he was just peering over the top of the box, seeing if you see any player kind of get caught in a rotation, going over there towards checkers. So we got 2 players that are over there. Crimson, Olafmeister are both over there towards the A-bomb site. Take a look at the setup as we have right now. Have Taz and Bialy over here inside of the site. JW causing some impact over here. We'll probably hop on with him for just a second. The bomb is going to be heading over there. I don't know if they're waiting for him to make a pick there. He does pick up 1. And they still haven't moved over there yet. 30 seconds left here in the round. And here they're about to start to execute. Now they're going to go ahead and rotate in. Now it's going to be left up to Snacks over here. So Flusha and Pronax do a great job at picking up those 2 players over there. And so Snacks will go ahead and hold on to this AWP. But again, same situation. A lot of time to try to hold on to this op. They recall where the last point that he was. So Olafmeister, he might push through these vents and start to spam through that box, or even getting spammed through there by the from the garage there.
Yeah, and it's just so crazy how successful Fnatic is with, you know, their style of play. It's just so dominant, but like there's no smoke executes. There's no like just really good flashes. It's just pure raw aim, in your face style. Hey, we're here. Kill us or don't. We're going to kill you really fast.
Snacks misses the shot. He misses the second one, and he will lose that op. So 7-5 now is going to be the score in favor of Virtus.pro, but just barely.
Yeah, and, you know, I think we're going to see, like I said before, just different styles. And, like, Fnatic right there, they just walked out, what was it, just A main? They just walked out A main and just killed people. Like, that's all there was to it. They just traded really well there. And, you know, they did throw some mollies towards quad, but other than that, they just killed people. Like, there's nothing to their style. They're just really, really good at the game.
So now we're back over here with Flesha over towards the Sunroom. They are going to be on a complete save there for Virtus.pro. Neo, he's going to fall. Snacks is over there beyond the box there. Nade's going to go a little bit too far. But they are kind of working there inside of mid. There's just more action that's happening over here. And there goes Flusha. Now it's going to be left up to Bialy, down to a 1-on-5 with just this USP. And he will get taken out there by JW as the score's 7-6 now.
Yeah, they're making it look real easy right now. Obviously, VP was saving, but they're looking for the fights. They want to fight. And VP is going to be in some trouble, I think, because Fnatic CT side has been very impressive on Cash, just in historically. So they're entering the danger zone round-wise. Like, VP really needs to close this out 9-6 to have a really good shot at winning this match.
So we'll look at the start of here. Take a look overall. They're going to already bust out there, so we'll switch over to Pasha right now. There is the other player that's inside. We'll switch over here now to Taz. So Taz and Pasha, they're going to need to work here, but Bialy, he's going to get caught there over by Quad.
Just no fear. Up mid, no smokes. Just take over mid. Guys just immediately peeking connector with an op. Like, this kind of style is super hard to predict. It's super hard to combat. Like, JW just instantly killed him.
So now you've got a player that's Flusha. Flusha peeks up there. They are going to be heading over here towards that B-bomb site. Neo in the back. You've got Snacks that's still here, though. And Snacks able to pick up at least one, but that may not be enough. As Pasha's on the quick rotate, he is going to go ahead and he does not shoot. Oh, picks up the headshot there onto Olofmeister. As there's going to be another player there. He does spot them. They're both low on health. Taz and Pasha left alive here. They're still kind of working here in the site. Neither one of them have kits right now. Nade over the top. That nade is going to hit, and Pasha will finish it off there. And so immediately you've got Taz who's going to go ahead and pick up the defuse and pick up the round. So 8-6, just like you mentioned, they do need these rounds.
Yeah, I think 9-6 is a fairly even half for both teams. It's kind of what you might expect. But, you know, when Fnatic starts entering that 7-8 round point, considering how strong Fnatic CT side on Cash has been historically, you're really in a hard spot. And like I said, I really would be surprised if Fnatic does not do some really aggressive play on CT side.
So right now we're actually seeing both Olofmeister and JW both have ops. So the op from JW is going to be heading over here towards the B-bomb site, so we'll stay with him for just a little bit longer here. That area is going to get smoked off. Now we'll switch over to Olofmeister. Olofmeister heading over towards the A side. That is going to be there, and he takes down the opera. That was Pasha. Pasha actually had the angle on him, but he makes that quick shot there. And there's going to be another opportunity there for him, but Bialy will win that battle. And so the bomb carrier is still back over in, hasn't decided where he wants to go with it yet. We still have one play, that's Crims. Now spends a lot of time over here in this blue door room.
Yeah, and once again, Fnatic's just working the map. They had presence all across both sites. Two operas just aggressively trying to get picks on the CTs. And now they're just going to walk back, and it looks like they're just going to end up hitting out A main. And I expect them to have some pretty good trades here. Like, these guys are going to get in your face and trade kills.
So Neo, he's got the AWP there from JW from earlier. That was the op that I believe that Pasha had. And so there goes Neo. He picks up the entry. That was actually the bomb carrier. But recall, there is one player. That's JW himself. He will get taken out there by Taz. So that's going to do it right there. So 9-6 is going to be our first half score. And so that's what we have so far here in the first half. And so that's what we should probably feel comfortable with here.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty balanced score. I think that's kind of right where VP needs to be in order to have a chance to have a strong match versus Fnatic. So I'm going to predict that Fnatic wins, but at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me at all if VP came out and won the match. I expect to see one of their A executes where they throw these really proper smokes towards, it's in between red box and connector, and they end up wrapping on the side. It was actually really fun to watch at DreamHack Winter. That strat was really, really well designed, and Taz's crew, they picked up quite a few rounds with it, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see that here at some point. But the key is, obviously VP is on another level compared to my team, but the key is here for VP is to eventually be able to execute some of their strats and hold the aggressive play from Fnatic off. If they can do that, they could definitely win this match.
That's what it all comes back down to in the end is if you can execute, if you can get those kills, get those opening kills or win those trades, or at least trade there on the T side, and you can be effective here. So now it's going to come down to this pistol round. Boost over the top, just getting onto the very edge. It's going to be 1 by 1. You'll be you got 3 players up there now. So now you're going to see here probably just a second there from Taz. And so they're going to go ahead and kind of start to open up that area. He's going to fall back now. And now we're going to see them start to be able to push here inside of mid. All of Meister taking down Neo.
Look at these Fnatic rotates. They have 3 people at truck and 1 in mid.
And so now you can see that they're going to go ahead and firebomb over there inside of the site. And so they're going to go ahead and start to cross there. Out in the open, Pronax able to pick up 1. Taz so far. So he's trying to move here towards the side. You've got all of my make that posture there inside of the site there, causing some damage there to Flusha. He's going to get traded there. And Bialy with that CZ misses away, and they're both going to be reloading. And now it's going to be left up to JW. JW down to this one-on-one. He does not have a kit. He does have a flash that he can work with. And he will start to chase for the kill. He realizes he doesn't have the time. And so now he'll work his way out of here. And so Virtus.pro, they'll pick up the pistol round now. And he will not stay alive.
No, he won't.
And so there you have it. So Virtus.pro 10-6 right now.
Yeah, that was a big round. Obviously, pistol round has a lot of weight, but is Fnatic going to buy? That's the question. And it looks like they're not. They're just, nope, there it goes. Just as I say it, 2 scouts snap off. So here we go.
We got 3.
Yep, 3. They are poised to take this match right back into their hands.
So let's see where this goes. There we go. We have all the scouts just kind of going at it. 2 of them were both inside of mid. There is a MAC-10 there in the hands of Snacks. So he's going to go ahead and fall back. They still have 1 player. That's Pronax.
Yeah. If EP play this right, it's going to make it very hard for them to win this round. And it looks like they're all going to be going towards the A-bomb site. And are we going to see that different style I talk about with smokes and flashes, or are they just going to try to headbutt into this? They got 2 people out mid actually going up connector right now. So they're just going to squeeze on this A-bomb site.
Be a tough thing here for Pronax. They're going to start to call out the rotate. There you go. You got JW who's going to be right there with him. Pronax trying to stay alive a little bit longer. That's just not going to be long enough as his teammates are starting to rotate. And Snacks is right there. He will get taken out by Crims. As Crims is going, what am I going to do with this MAC-10?
Yeah, that was a really good job on VP Strat Caller to recognize this situation and just kind of provide a squeeze on them. And coming up connector really made it hard for the guy quad with the scout to really do anything. He had people coming at him from all angles.
All right, so now you come back and Crims will fall. So this is the start of the best of 3 here on Cash. And just for those of you that are curious, map number 2 will be on Mirage. And the map to follow after this will be on Nuke, if we get to that point here.
Yeah.
So
both those maps should provide some pretty exciting games.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what how Mirage could be here.
Yeah, both teams very strong on Mirage.
You got Neo. Look at this boost that's going to happen. I'm trying to find out where that's at.
Yes.
That's all of Meister.
They actually killed us in our match with that. It was not fun. They got one of us in Sunroom.
So they got the boost up over the top. So now they're going to go ahead and rotate out. There is already one player here. That is Snacks, who's pushed up here with the CZ. And that grenade just rattles around there. And they both push up. They eliminate Flusha. There is still one player that's made his way over there towards the blue door. He's still inside of the site. That is going to be Pronax. Pronax peeks out and almost gets the bomb carrier, but he will stay alive for just a little bit longer. Just enough time to get the bomb planted inside of A now.
Yeah, and it's so very important in rounds like this. You see Bialy at 3 health, Neo at 36, just to stay alive and keep your economic advantage. So, you know, just because you're at 3 health, you don't have to give your life away. You can keep stacking the money. You know, obviously, that's just a huge part of the game. And Olaf does a good job to actually pick up Neo and kind of whittle away at that money.
Yeah, Olafmeister, he's going straight in. He's going to see if he can get some weapons here. And so they're going to push up, and Pasha has no respect there. And he really didn't. Yeah, he did lose an AK out of that one.
He lost an AK, and he gave the enemy an AK, and you know, I guess he was going for that pride knife, just trying to send a message early.
All right, so
obviously not advised, but he did it anyways.
So 12-6 here in favor of Virtus.pro. We'll take a look here. We're on board with Olafmeister right now, who's quickly moved his way over there to watch this this cross. There are a couple players. Nice flash though over the top, and there's another chance. So he's going to set up a different angle now. So he's got 2 different angles that he can worry about. Going to peek out there. He misses that shot onto Snacks. There's another chance there on Neo. So that battle will continue for a little bit longer there.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see the strat they're going to run here.
So you end up, you have Flusha, who is on a quick rotate here. He's inside of Vince. He hasn't dropped yet. You have Olafmeister right there with him, who still has that AWP. And he has one player that's trapped over there. I believe that's Neo. And so now they're going to start to work here towards the outside. So I believe Flusha, he had to move away from his position because of that fire grenade from the Molly.
And just look at Fnatic's positioning. Like, they're going to end up being everybody in B.
And so now they're going to go ahead and push over there. Let's go ahead and switch back over to Olafmeister. Olafmeister, nice pick. Playing that good old-fashioned game of whack-a-mole. And but he comes out of firing with the AWP, so 12-7. And like you mentioned, they were all set up, ready to rotate to B quickly.
Yeah, I don't know if somebody pushed and got some information, or if Pronax just made a solid read, or what the deal was. But that 4th guy from Fnatic was in spawn peeking B before VP even hit. And, you know, when they're stacked that heavy, it's really hard to do anything, really.
So now Olafmeister is going to take this off over there towards Quad to check out over there towards A main. You have one player that's going to be working over here. This is going to be Snacks. And he decides to kind of fall back from there. Let's go back to Olafmeister now. There's going to be a flashbang right out there. That's coming in from Bialy. Bialy just on the other side. They're still setting up all of their smokes and flashes. Neo working over there towards the B side by himself. They haven't pushed up just yet here. Taking a lot of time, changing the tempo of the game.
Looks like they're going to do some kind of mid control. Fnatic's definitely going to contest here.
So now you can see that you've got a couple players who are going to go ahead and start to push up there towards that bomb site. Crims is going to be inside of the site now.
JW with a massive flank through Vince.
So let's go, yeah, you can see that they're going to be pushing in here. So JW picks up one. Crim still inside of the site. They've already had the chance to rotate, but they are all completely smoked off right now. Bomb's going to get planted on the mark.
Yeah, he really should have done better there. He probably could have got at least 3 kills.
So now you've got Pronax from above, looking to see if they can get this this retake. But right now it looks like they're being delayed out, and the only player that has a kit is Flusha, so they're just going to go ahead and fall back and save the weapon that they have. And Flusha, he has been spotted, but he will get that kill there. And so now you can see that Bialy's going to try to take another exit. He goes straight through through the bomb site to find a different safe haven. And so now it's going to be 12, or make that 13-7 in favor of Virtus.pro.
Yeah, JW definitely got a drop on him there, and he flanked, I think it was 3 people through vents, like almost instantly, and only came up with 1 kill and was traded. So just hats off to VP to be able to not get completely wiped out by that play. That play should have probably paid off a little bit more than it did.
So back over here with JW watching over there. So we'll stay with him for just a moment, see if he can catch Neo, and he does. So Neo, that's just his default position to work his pick over there towards the B area. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Fnatic. Like, you want to make a map presence against them. Like, you don't want to let them push the map, but it's so hard. You got to find that balance of making the map presence without dying. And Fnatic makes that so hard on you. Like, they're constantly going to be challenging. So
now you've got Taz, who's opened up the blue door, checking all the angles. Olafmeister, though, remember, he's still watching this A main right now. He has a teammate over there towards the fork, but he's not going to be able to get that cover fire there until the end by Pronax. But he ends up picking up 1. There's going to be Flush up on top of Catwalk. So he got the cover fire that he needed, and he'll get his teammate Flusha to keep that AWP. And so that will be dropped over to him.
Yeah, they're going to have Olaf and JW either opping mid or B every round. And like I said, you know, when these guys are missing, it really makes things hard on you. Like, you've got to use a lot more smokes just to get parts of the map that you feel like you should already have. It's pretty crazy.
So JW has now been set up over there towards B. You've got Olafmeister over there watching A main. We saw this before, but let's go and see what they decide to do. They're going to go ahead and challenge over here. Let's see if Pronax can kind of hold this area. He has his teammate there with him. Pronax able to pick up 1, looks for a second one. There's a third one. He's picked up 3 kills. Flush is going to be right there as well, tapping away. So you have Pronax, who picks up 4 kills in the round. He says, thanks for the CZ. 13-9 as Virtus.pro has the lead.
Yeah, I'd like to see VP really just go to that B execute that we saw at DreamHack winner here. Like, just get a good round in. And obviously they're saving this round, but just get a good round in, and hopefully, you know, Pronax, whenever you throw a smoke, Pronax is going to play the smoke. Like, he just uses any smoke you throw in front of him to his advantage. So, you know, if they can just keep that in mind and smoke off Olaf, they might have a really good shot at taking that site.
So JW has been watching over there towards the B side. He has now moved inside of mid with his AWP. But this is an eco round coming in here for Virtus.pro. So we'll see. You've got the bomb that's going to go and drop back over there with his teammates. Switch back over here to JW as the boost is starting to occur. They're inside of mid, so he'll keep checking that periodically. And there's going to be the one. They're going to go ahead and start to push out. He's going to get dropped down to 29 HP. And Pasha pushed through, says thank you for that op. He actually has an op like that just of his own. And so now they're going to go ahead and make their way with those 2 weapons that they have, but Flusha trying to shut this area down. And Taz picks up the M4 himself. It's going to be down to a 2-on-3.
Everybody has a gun now.
So you got Taz, Snacks, both with an M4 there. And Pasha with that op in hand. Rotating right here, going to catch Pasha into a perfect spot. But look at that. He was being covered there by Snacks, but just not in time. Now it's going to be down to this 1-on-2. Pronax just on the other side, putting that smoke right there and maybe being able to push out there. That's Taz. Taz will challenge, and he picks up the round. So a good eco round ends up paying off for them. As now the score is going to be 14-9. We're sitting 1 round away from tie point here.
Yeah, that was a game breaker, I think, right there. Fnatic to have a chance, I think, to maybe come back. You can't be giving away the gimmies. And VP just took advantage. They got the guns, and They took the site.
So we'll see the difference between. So Pasha, he's going to get boosted over the top. JW is actually going to take that weapon, so we'll go back to Pasha now. As the nades were coming over the top, so that kind of slows them down. They're still not going to get the chance to get that boost over the top. That's what they wanted. And Pasha was getting spammed, and so he actually falls back even further now. But JW, under some gunfire now, he's going to have to back out of there. Here comes the nades. He dodges that one. And so now he's... we'll see if Neo can do something here. That was out inside of mid. We'll take a look at the overall as Pasha picking up that one. And JW just or make that Olivemeister right there on the other side. Pasha gonna get him out there inside of mid.
Yeah, it's a big kill.
You got Pronax. Start to creep his way up to A main. He's going to challenge this one a little bit, and it causes so much damage, but in the end, he does not pick up the kills. They're going to go ahead and push over there towards his site. Flesha, he's going to try to hold this one down. It's going to be a great nade that's going to pick off Taz as he pushes in, but he doesn't know that there's a player already in the site, and that's going to leave it up here to Crims. Crims down to a 1-on-2 now.
Pasha's flanking him.
And there's going to be a quick flank there by Pasha, and they pick up the round, and so now the score is going to be 15-9. As we're at map point.
And they are broke.
Yeah, so
obviously, doesn't mean a lot to Fnatic to be broke, but they don't have a lot.
Yeah, so they're at map point. They will buy an off here for Crims. See where Crims decides to go with this AWP. He's going to head directly over there for the B-bomb site. Pasha still has his op of his own. We'll see if Neo still works over there against this op. Now they know that there's an op over there towards that area. And we'll go back over here to check out. JW was boosted over the top, but I think they were anticipating. That's why you saw him fall back. And Pronax, who had pushed over there inside of the blue room, in the blue door room, he has got himself an AK. So those CZs, those $500 rifles that they have.
Yeah, the $500 AK.
And so now you've got Flusha, who's going to backpedal here. Still has the Crim still has the op. He'll hold this area down. Virtus.pro using all of the time in this round here. So you've got Neo, who's going to come back out here to see if he can get that pick that's needed here. Still have JW just on the other side, working these close quarters. And that might draw him out to kind of push through. He's just watching the edge of the smoke. He's going to check, see if there's anybody out there on the top. And now he might even try to force his way from on a flank here. And he starts to shoot there. Let's go back into the action, though. And all of it's going to be heading over here towards the B-bomb side. Left up to Bialy and Flusha with us 1 dig. And so now it's 15-10. So we have 5 game point rounds or map point rounds here for Virtus.pro, if necessary.
Yeah, and that was a big money swing. You're going to see VP save here, and Fnatic, even though they were broke, you know, they were able to pull off the win and pick up, I think, 3 rifles and an op. So at least 2 AKs and an op were picked up that round by their team. So that's just a huge economic split, and VP's got their work cut out for them.
Yeah, so you can see that if you look at over on the right side, you can see that they bought what they could. Pasha has an op in hand. They have an AK, Galil, CZ, and a P250 along with a bunch of nades. They all have head armor, though, too. So they're going to try to execute something here. We're on board with JW right now from Fnatic.
Yeah,
as
I guess
the door opens and force him to backpedal a little bit there. Now he has to change his position. Nade over the top.
I was going to say, I guess they just want to get in as many buys as they can.
Well, that you would have, if you lose that many rounds in a row, you'll at least max out your economy bonus. So now you've got Pasha as they're trying to work through. They've smoked off this this entrance to get that bomb planted over here. And so they're just still waiting it out. They may be able to smoke it off again here.
They're still 2 in quad.
And there goes, oh, look at this. This might already be it. They're going to spray down one. That's going to be coupled there for there. So you can see now you've got Olivemeister. Olivemeister down to a 1-on-2. They know where the direction, at least, where he's coming from. So he's going to go ahead and toss out another smoke here. Trying to work the angles. And he's got Snacks right there. Snacks is going to challenge. He will get taken out. It's going to be down to this one-on-one. Pasha and Olofmeister. He does have a kit here, though.
Yeah.
So Olofmeister going to work his way in there. Going to try to draw him out there. Doesn't know exactly where he's at. Pasha now going to continue to draw him out even further. And the door, he's just going to toy with him a little bit. He's going to try to be able to stick it, and he does stick the defuse. He picks up the round, so we're going to go a little bit longer now in this game. So 15-11. So getting that defuse, sticking it, as Pasha, he had to open the door again to be able to go and take out his opponent. So he had to wait for that half a second for the door to open.
You know, I've been in that spot 100 times, and you never know how to play it correctly. Like, let's just be honest. There's no right way or wrong way to absolutely play that. Pasha tried to pull him off the bomb, and Fnatic ice cold just stuck it. So that's just the way it goes.
So now you got Pronax, who's pushed up there. Let's go switch back over here to JW, who's watching there towards that B entrance. Let's swing over here to Snacks. Now we've got CZs, 2 CZs, 2 P250s, and an AK here from Pasha. So let's see what they decide to do here. They've got they're going to be heading over here towards A main. Smokes over the top. Flashbangs in. It's going to slow them down even more.
It's looking like we're going to see some kind of execute.
Still going to wait it out just a little bit longer. Then now we're going to see the smokes coming in. That's going to be a firebomb in the back. And they're going to try to continue to push here towards the site. We're still on board with Crims. Crims has an angle here. And he will get taken out by his teammate. That was Pronax. And Pronax trying to go to work here. He will get dropped there. They're going to continue to rotate towards the site. It's going to be left up to Pasha. Pasha down to a 1-on-2. Pasha, he spots one right there is on the cross, and Olofmeister picks up the kill, 12-15 here in favor of Virtus.pro as they're sitting at still at game point now.
And once again, Fnatic had 4 people at that site before they ever made any kind of, actual entrance. And it's just really, you get 2 kills, you think you're looking good, and all of a sudden 2 people are instantly there. So it's really hard to do anything when those numbers are that stacked.
All right, so now we're on board here with Pasha. Pasha, there's a couple players that are just on the other side. Be on the lookout for this boost. Olofmeister is boosting over the top, and there's going to be Bialy, and Olofmeister wants no part of that. So he's going to work his way back away from there. Snacks now over there towards the blue door. This is kind of their default setup. Kind of take a look over the overview. You can see Snacks over here towards the blue door. Neo back over by B. And you have the 3 players that have been pushed up here. We can go ahead and hop on with Pasha. So I believe Pasha is looking over there towards the vents there. And getting that angle and he's going to hold it in this area. And as Flusha just sees his kneecap and just starts to spray away with that one.
Yeah, I actually missed that kill, but it's huge to be up 5v4 here for Fnatic, needing 3 in a row just to seal OT.
As here comes the smokes, they're going to be raining in. We'll see what they can do on this plan of attack. There is one player that's boosted up. That's going to be Olofmeister. Olofmeister is actually going to catch on fire up there as they're going to go ahead and continue to push in here towards the side. It's going to be down to a 3-on-4, and they're going to spray away as now it's going to be down to a 2-on-3. As they're going back and forth. Now you're going to see JW start to rotate here. He's found himself an M4. 10 bullets, though, in this rifle right now. And so he's going to continue to push up there. That's Snacks. Snacks is going to peek out there, and he's going to get traded. Now it's going to be left up to Crims. Crims down to a 1-on-2. Can he extend this game even further right now? He's in a very, very tough spot. And he doesn't even know where the rest of the players are there. He's still checking his flank right now. And that's going to do it. So Virtus.pro is going to take their first map 16-12.
Yeah, VP played that really well there. That was actually the exact strat I was talking about from DreamHack Winter, where they smoke off the connector in red box and just wrap on the site. And I was just kind of waiting for